Yes, lads, I'm back with another video. Today I'm just going to be talking about Pochettino, because I think it's bullshit, if I'm honest, Has he been sacked? I don't really know. But I thought I'd just go into sort of what I sort of think about it, just because I haven't uploaded in a while for, sort of private reasons and just not had time most times. But yeah, I've just looked up the table. They sit on 14 points in 14th, behind the likes of Newcastle, Palace, Brighton. They've not been brilliant. We know they've not been brilliant, but they've spent money this year. We all knew they were going to after not spending anything for an entire season. Like the new stadiums come in, and they've got sort of everything was sort of looking up for Tottenham, and then this season it's not started brilliantly, obviously, with the amount they've lost. But in personal opinion, I fucking love Mourinho. Like I know why he gets hated, and I was gonna say I don't know why people hate him. I do know why people hate him, but he's incredible. From my point of view, he's one of the sort of not old school sort of like managers sort of thing, but he's sort of not one of the new sort of suit and booted sort of like younger managers you get that sort of come in, say what the owner wants, do what the owner wants, and he's sort of a bit of a hand puppet. I believe Mourinho takes the reins at a club, and that's what I want to see. I want to see more managers taking a stand against the owners if they don't believe what they're doing is right and sort of stuff like that. But Mourinho, I just think, is a different class to a lot. I think Mourinho's already getting his sort of staff involved. He wants a director from Leo. Reports of he wants to bring Bale back to Spurs. He wants to keep the likes of Kane and Eriksen and things like that. But he will if players in that Tottenham team disobey him or he feels that they won't fit, they'll be gone. There'll be no two ways about it. But he's already come out and said, look, we can't win the league this season, but next season's a whole different story. But I think Pochettino, for what he's done for Tottenham over the 5 years, has been ridiculous. Obviously, like completely different people with one common goal, which is winning trophies. But that's something Tottenham haven't been able to do, and I think Mourinho wins trophies. Mourinho wins trophies. There's no arguing that. He wins trophies, and I think he will bring that to Tottenham. I do think in the next 3 years you'll see Tottenham with at least 1 or 2 domestic trophies and another good run in Europe if Mourinho stays for 2 or 3 years. I really do. But one quote that I did quite like was Stan Collymore on Twitter, who said, it's not how he joins the club, it's how he leaves. Which is obviously true. Mourinho's never left a club sort of not willingly, calmly, or in a respectful manner. He always sort of leaves a sour taste in the fans' mouth, which is worrying for Spurs fans. But I think, if you look at what's out there now you sack Poch now, there's not a lot. There's really not a lot, because Arsenal fans are looking for a new manager already, because Emery's dog shit, simple as. But they were looking at names like Henry, like Bergkamp, like people that have played for them before. And Arsenal fans, if you are watching this for some reason, believe me, former players do not work as managers. Take this from a Forest fan. Please, they do not work. Former players do not work as managers. 1 in every 100 will. He's already been linked with big names, and that's what's going to happen when you get Mourinho. But he's also been linked with a lot of controversy, bloody hell. Because that's what Mourinho is. He's a controversial character, but that's why he's fun to watch. It gives you that bit of life, and I think we have missed that in the Premier League. But I do like a Mourinho character. I do like someone just a bit balmy, you know what I mean? Like, if I speak, I get in trouble. If the Brexit negotiations go wrong, it's my fault. Sort of those little comments, and it makes the Premier League a bit more, especially because it's a 2-horse race. We know it's a 2-horse race, and at this point, it is a 1-horse race at the moment. Liverpool are the only team that will win this Premier League, and that's, if you argue with that, saying City are this, City are that, you can't tell me based on this season that Liverpool won't win the league. But other than City and Liverpool, there's nothing exciting in this league. You've got Sheffield United in 5th, I'll give you that, and you've got the likes of Tottenham and United doing poorly. But other than that, it's boring. Other than the relegation battle, which is looking to be between 4 teams, and that's said and done, between obviously Norwich, Southampton, Watford and Villa. But if you go from 17th to 3rd, I don't think there's an interesting story that can come out, or an interesting little thing. But Mourinho, each week, whether it's Match of the Day interviews, whether it's Sky interviews, you've even seen when he's on the panel at Sky Sports, he's just a good crack. but obviously he's turned down the Arsenal job, which he didn't want the Arsenal job, sorry, which immediately makes him more appealing to Spurs fans. But I think he's just different. I think Pochettino's sort of, he's not handled it, obviously, because I think he's got his own ways of doing things, Poch, whether he doesn't spend or he does spend or this, that, and the other. But I think these are his stats here: 256 Premier League games, 132 wins. Which, don't get me wrong, is very, very good. But it's just this season that's really, really taken a turn for him. Because there's just different ways of going about it. And I think Levy, I don't think he runs a good football team. Simple as. I don't like the way he's run Tottenham. Along with the way, I don't like the way that Kroenke, or Stan Kroenke, the LA Rams owner, has run Arsenal. It's not how a football club should be run. And not to sort of blow it on, but if you look at what, I know it's a different level, Forest, but owner came in from a shit owner that we had before, and he came in and he made an impact. He put money in. But these owners aren't. They're doing it as a business, and I don't think that's how it should be run. Whether it loses you money or not, you should be willing. But Mourinho is more experienced in the Prem than Poch is, or was, sorry. He's won. That's the reason. He's a serial winner. You know, Porto, Chelsea, Inter, Real, Chelsea again, and United not so much. But he's a serial winner. He's won 3 Premier Leagues, 3 with Chelsea, 3 Premier Leagues with Chelsea, an FA Cup, 2 Champions Leagues with teams that probably shouldn't have won Champions Leagues. 4. This is the bit that should excite Spurs fans more: the 3 FA Cups and the 4 League Cups, or the Carabao Cups, it's now known. And then you look at Poch, he doesn't really match up. He doesn't match up. He doesn't go anywhere near it. He's won the world's best coach 4 times. Like, these are big positives for Spurs fans. Like, this is where you've got to look. You can't look and say it was wrong to sack Poch, because whether it was wrong, whether it was right, whether it was left up or down, it's happened, and you're going to have to move on. You're going to have to back the manager. At the end of the day, Mourinho will win trophies if you give him what he wants. There's no way that a coach the likes of Mourinho, won't win trophies. If you give him the money, if you give him whatever he wants, he will win. He does win. His agent, Mourinho's also got the same agent as João Carvalho, so he must be doing something right. But yeah, I think Mourinho's a different class as a manager. Now, I know a lot of people hate him. I've said this before, but he doesn't spend too long at teams usually. Obviously, whether you perceive that as a good or a bad thing, up to you. Guardiola doesn't tend to spend more than 4 years at a team, but just looking for it now, obviously 2 at Porto, 4 at Chelsea, 2 at Inter, 3 at La Liga, at Real Madrid, 3 at Chelsea again, and then 3 at United. Short spells, but as I just read out, to win 2 Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues and Serie A's and Spanish leagues, it's ridiculous. The things that he's won are ridiculous. And you can't deny that he's a serial winner. And I think a lot of Tottenham fans that I've seen on social media are going about it the wrong way. They're thinking that they've sacked the best they've had. Not in a while, the best they've had. And they're scared that they're going to lose your Kane, you're going to lose your Eriksen, you're going to lose your Lloris, even though he's out for the season. I think with the players that he's got and he's inheriting, is that the right word? Yeah, inheriting. I think he's going to create a culture around Tottenham. Hopefully, this is what Tottenham fans should be hoping for and wanting. You want a young, energetic, either attacking, however he plays it, however you think he plays football, he plays for it, he wins football matches. You just want to win. I've said it before, if a manager came in at my club, Nottingham Forest, I would not want a manager to come in and play Liverpool and City-like football but lose 1-0. I'd rather come in, play shithouse, lob over the top balls and win 1-0. Because at the end of the day, if you play shit and lose, you've played shit. But if you play shit and win, you've grinded out a result. And you're always going to prefer the result. If Mourinho comes in and shithouses it for 90 minutes and Kane gets a little poacher's goal, you win 1-0. You're going to take that all the way to the bank. But it just wasn't working for Poch this season, and I think they've made the right decision. Because you can't have a team like that, like I just named, in 14th after 12 games of the Premier League season. It's worrying because they're shit. There's no two ways about it. This season they've been shit. But that's going to do it, and it's a bit of a ranty, waffly video, but I thought I had to put something out. I had to just voice my opinions, whether I've repeated them or waffled about. If you're a Spurs fan, let me know what you think. If you're not a Spurs fan, let me know what you think. Just make sure to like, because liking the video helps. I don't know if you know, recommendations and all that. So just like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Michael Dawson could head a nice try.